Andromeda, this update has allowed a lot of businesses to be able to expand far beyond what they thought using more traditional means. That's for damn sure. No market is limitless. However, this is, as far as I have seen, one of the best ways and one of the best methodologies to expand the market and to deliver your brand message to a wider audience and expand your personal TAM for your brand.
Yep.
Unlike anything else that I've ever seen in this platform. Have you ever seen a strategy like this or a methodology like this expand a marketplace? Like you're in the, for this example that we've used dozens and dozens of times here on the Ad Lab is in the dog space. I mean, it's like dog owners come in and out because obviously there's dogs that are going to be sick and then they're going to get well. And then there's like this constant infusion into the market and a rotation in the market. But have you ever seen anything like this expand a market? Because like a couple of clients, like the client we were just on a call with, he's like, I feel like we've sort of tapped out our market right now. They're in the dating niche. It's like, you will never tap out that market, really. And this allows you. Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, like you're not scaling, you're not spending $1 million a day in this market. But I mean, I know in some other markets, you're, doing hundreds of thousands of dollars a day. So where is that? Like if somebody feels like they have tapped out their market, is Andromeda the solution, or is it solution with, a disclaimer there?
Yeah, we have that one client that spends $250,000 a day.
Yeah,
we've kind of tapped out. A lot of people that I've talked to have heard about the brand. Now, have they bought it? Have they tried it? No, they've heard about it.
Okay.
So at that point in time, it's, well, maybe we didn't hit the right pain point, hook, and offer. So if you are like, yeah, it's like, hey, have you heard of, Mountain Dew? You're like, I've heard of it. You're like, have you tried Mountain Dew? No. Well, you're still my targeting then. I just haven't convinced you yet.
Right.
So my question is have they tapped out everybody that's looking to date and are on Facebook as an example? The answer might be yes. They have 100 million impressions, and there's approximately maybe 100 million people that could date. Maybe some of them are married, but they still want to date. There's 100 million people. Okay, cool. Now, have you gotten a click from everyone? No. There's still work to be done technically. I mean, you're not talking about exponential growth after that, but 5% of 100 million is still a big leap up. So that's my question. I guess I would say is, unless you say, hey, we've tapped out our market because we've done every ad possible, every hook, every pain point, every offer, every product development, we've even increased our effectiveness of our product / service 20x this last 2 years, and still no one cares. Okay, once you can prove that, then yes. I don't think that that's happened yet, because otherwise eHarmony would still be like, I can't get Meta to spend.
Yeah, right. But there is probably a top level of spend that you can spend there.
Yeah,
whatever it is.
I mean, you're going to plateau, but you could still, but once you reach that level, a small blip up could still be $5 million net profit that year.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I do think, I mean, you're answering the question, but which is no market is, limitless. However, this is, as far as I have seen, one of the best ways and one of the best methodologies to expand the market and to deliver your brand message to a wider audience and expand your personal TAM for your brand.
Yep.
Unlike anything else that I've ever seen in this platform, and it certainly seems like that is the case. I mean, obviously every market has its limits, but in the dating market, they're spending $100,000 a month. It's like, I know for a fact you could probably spend 5-10x that, is my guess, in their specific niche, but you have to obviously do the research. But Andromeda's this update has allowed a lot of businesses to be able to expand far beyond what they thought using more traditional means. That's for damn sure.
I haven't tapped out a market yet. Like, we're still growing with that company that spends $250K a day. Like, it's growth. It's small. It's short. It's growth, but we're also pretty much just in Meta. So that's the other part too, is like, we haven't actually reached into like the TikTok, I'm not going to go to App 11. That's just apps remarketing, but TikTok and, Snapchat would be very small. TV, CTV, we haven't done that yet. Google is still just direct response, non-brand standard shopping. It works well. It can scale up. Programmatic. I mean, there's many other channels we can go into. Yes. Now, can we use Meta as our creative testing environment for all channels? Absolutely. I mean, now, here's another thing that's funny. I was actually going to mention is Nike makes 4.94 billion annually. There's only $320 million or 320 million humans in the United States, as an example. Now I know Nike's global, but 320 million humans, they're not all Nike buyers. And a lot of them aren't even old enough to wear Nikes. If you think about the kids between the ages of 0 and 5, you take out probably like 30 million. They've been able to extract $15.44 per person alive in the United States every year. So it's fun. Even if you didn't buy their shoes, if you're like 320 million people, all gave them $15 every year, that's their gross profit. So it's massive, massive. And it's like, can you wear shoes? Yes. Well, if you're interested in dating, there's probably 1/3 of that, but where's your 2 billion this year?
Right.
So I would say I don't really see many people that have really saturated the market enough. Now, could they scale up a campaign in Meta until it hits a point of diminishing returns? Absolutely. But we're talking about everything else in history. No, you can still do a lot more, but maybe you just don't want to, or that's not the goal of the company. It makes a lot of sense. But I have seen it grow an industry. Remember Nito?
Yeah. Yep.
Nito, it did. Like, that's something we still do. We do a lot of marketing for that agency, which is super niche. It's a Montessori marketing school. They still
finite number of schools. That's
16,000, and it's still growing, but it is expanding the way that schools are thinking about their business. So it is growing a market, because right there, we didn't really have a bunch of 40, 50-year-old female school owners who have never touched a computer in a marketing sense. We didn't have a lot of those people knocking on our door saying, I'd like this, but now we do. So it did grow a market for sure. Yeah, I would say it's absolutely possible. Now, the other thing I was going to think about, though, is you made a point earlier where you have, the clicks versus the conversions. I was one of the earlier adopters into saying it looks like Google and Meta are moving towards, do you want traffic or do you want conversions? Like, you can only choose one or the other.
Exactly. Yeah.
Those are two different profiles on people. So can you grow a market if you're only doing converters? No, because they have to say, I'm in the market and now I'm in your targeting.
Right.
The non-market, those are things like the feeder strategy to run view content. Those feeder campaigns that we run view contents, that will grow a market. Now you need both of those to continue to scale because you're feeding yourself your own users. But yes, like if I'm doing a conversion campaign, it's my assumption that Google has people that they have already indicated that they're in the market or would be in the market or taking action for something like this that could be in the market soon. And I'm saturating that entire market. And so far we're spending like 600 grand a month and we still haven't hit our ceiling yet. So yeah, there's a still pretty good amount of room to grow.
Have you looked at your reach on those campaigns, like in the dog space? They're like global reach, like unique reach.
Oh,
because unique, reach is sort of relative, because like there's people that are coming in and out of that market. Obviously, there are dogs that are becoming less sick and more sick as the market expands. So looking at that would be an interesting thing.
Yeah, like this one here is a small company. This is like the Venera one, spending about 13K. This is only in Ireland and UK, and starting to not hit saturation, but starting to kind of fatigue a bit. We can kind of see that the ads that we started with are scaling up a little bit in spend, but we're starting to see like a little bit of a softening lately. So we're going to do a creative iteration. That's the next thing. So like it's relative, I think, to the location of the audience.
Just might mean you need a creative refresh.
For sure. I mean, like now a creative refresh means like, hey, we burned through all the people that we think need to see this ad, and now it's heading on the other side. Now, could it expand further? Yeah, absolutely. Did it? No, it could. Probably not. It needs more data. But when we do the creative refresh, yes. But we hit 12 million people a month in terms of impressions. Reach is 4 million. So, I mean, when you're spending 329,000 and you're getting 1/100th of the population in the United States, not too bad. So there's still a lot of room to grow.
There's a lot of room to grow.